What's going on, guys? We're out on beautiful Georgian Bay. Today we are out after some bass, walleye, and we brought one musky rod just in case we see a giant fish swimming around. Sun's just coming up. It is 7:30 and it's starting to get cold because we're into October. But one thing great about what comes with the cold weather is it starts pushing in all these fish. The fish know that winter is coming. They got to stock up. They got to gain some fat for the winter because they kind of hibernate, and this is one of the best times to get out to have an amazing bite for walleye, bass, and other species of fish. So stay tuned, we're in for a good day. I'm gonna get my rod and we're getting the water and start showing you guys some fish. Let's go. Woo! So a little bit of the gear breakdown before I cast. Today I am using the tactical fishing rod with the high caliber lures jig head. They have probably some of the nicer jig heads I've seen on the market. These are glow, natural eye on it, natural colors. The fish are feeding on emerald shiners, small smelts, gobies. If they're not biting on minnow baits, then I'll switch over to a goby, but I'm gonna start off with a minnow. This minnow here is the tactical fishing minnow. Got it kind of paired up with this rod. And I'm using actually their Ned rod. This is a 7.6, it's a light rod. It allows me to run light line and cast out these small baits really, really far. It also has a real nice parabolic bend to it. So once I set the hook on these walleye, if they're shaking their head or running the boat or anything, that bend takes up a lot of that fight and action, and it keeps them pinned. So let's get this casted in and hopefully we get a walleye real quick here. You've seen my other videos, I'm usually doing like a pop, drop. I do the same thing when I'm vertical jigging, basically just giving the line a quick, two little quick snaps and letting it drop. The cold water and fish really starting to feed. They like a lot of that real erratic, fast action. And a lot of times that quick snap is when you're gonna get a bite on the drop. Today we have like a north wind coming in, so what we're trying to do is position the boat ahead of the school of fish, cast out, let the wind take our baits, sink down, and hopefully clip one of these guys. Go right to the bottom, pop, pop, drop, pop. Oh, there we go. It's one of the better ones. One of the bigger marks. That was sick too. I got that right on the pop drop, and it's just like tink. Yeah, that should be a good one. Mid-20s. Yeah, buddy. Here. And I will use minnows sometimes, but sometimes I will just use plastic. The minnows are a backup in case the bite gets real bad. There we go. Not a bad fish. Might need, oh no, there we go. There we go. Nice Georgian Bay walleye, I'm guessing, yeah, 22 to 24. We got a measuring tape there. Okay, there's the 24 mark. So here on Georgian Bay, slot is 16 to 22. We can't keep them within that slot size. We don't want to keep any of the big giants. Anything over, let's say 26, 27, we let go. So we try to get one as close as we can to the slot. So anywhere from 22 to 25, if we can get that size, that's what we're after. Close the mouth, and we're on the button 24. We'll throw that in the live well here, and there we go. Oh, there's one of my baits from last time we were out. Great Lakes Finesse, whatchamacallit, morning dawn worm. Killer for bass. There's looks like some weed or something right up on the top. What we're doing is we're kind of going around shoals this time of year. What ends up happening as the water cools, some of these fish will still look for a bit of warmth. So any shoals that are close to the surface that hold rock and weed, they hold a little bit more warmth, and the bass and walleye will kind of hang on to that warmer water a little bit as they feed. Once the water around those shoals cools down, then it really fires them up and they go into a feeding frenzy. Right now our surface temp's like 58, 59 degrees, so we're not really into a great chewing mode. We do have to work these fish a little bit and they're not really balled up great, but with the power of live scope, you know, this thing's a game changer. We can kind of move around, see these small pods of fish, cast out to them, work them and hook them up. But we got another little pod of fish here. Yeah, I'm just trying to see, they're hanging off this edge. There's some good ones, about 75 feet out. Again, tactical fishing minnow, high caliber lure, jig head. And we're gonna rip this guy out. Now, the wind's coming from this direction for me, so I know the fish are over here. I'm gonna cast a little bit to the right of it because I know with the bow of my line, as I cast out, the wind's gonna grab my line and pull it to the left. So I'm trying to account for that when I make my cast out to these fish, especially when you're casting far distances. And we have a lot of line out with this wind. It's really hard to feel the bottom, but I'll still cast out and then I'll go right into my pop, pop, drop. It's almost kind of like a snap jig kind of action. And a lot of times that minnow will dart like this. And as soon as it drops down, they hit it. Moving way too fast. I think he's small. He was moving too quick. As soon as I hit him, I couldn't even get, I was trying to gain traction. Get out of here. Bycatch. It's one of the only times I hope you go back down and spook the other bass. Yeah, there's fish there, but those look like bass. I'm not even gonna cast for it. They're not like, yeah. All right, time to move. This shoal is done its deed.
The key to catching fish in October is be on the move. Hit a shoal just for a couple minutes, get a couple fish, and then move on.
Yeah.
This is what Mitch and I did for the whole morning. We'd go shoal to shoal, weed bed to weed bed, hitting bass, hitting walleye, and getting some really good fish and numbers of fish. It was a great morning. The fish really wanted the active baits, and the pop, pop, drop came in clutch everywhere we went.
Let's see if I can do this again. Pop, pop, drop. Another nice walleye. Another nice little Georgian Bay walleye.
So the next time you want to go out and catch a walleye, remember the pop, pop, and drop, and grab yourself some high caliber lures, jig heads, and some tactical minnows.
Nice big 30 and a quarter. Can you get it in? Yeah. We got another. This one's 27 and a quarter inch walleye. Ooh, look at that. Huge. The damn thing. Just a tank.
Mitch and I ended the day with these following numbers. If October is any sign for how November is going to be, we're in for an absolute great year.
We got another 30 on.